Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Shotcut Tutorials. Pause the video as needed to follow along and be sure to leave your questions in the comments.
Thanks for watching my daddy's videos. Please subscribe and click the notification bell.
Here we are with the updated Shotcut video for 2020. We had a lot of requests for this one, a lot of people asking for a few different things, slow a few things down, so this is really based off the perspective of a complete beginner. If you do have any questions, as always, feel free to ask me in the comments and we'll get it clarified. This is the Shotcut homepage. This is where we're going to get Shotcut to be able to utilize the video editing software. Make sure you go up and click on the download tab at the top. You will see that it's available for Windows, Linux, and Mac. I use a Windows PC, so I'm using the 64-bit Windows installer, but you use whatever works for your operating system. Once installed, Shotcut will look like this. And as you can see, I'm currently running version 20.04.12. It will change in the future. Let's start by discussing a few elements in the scene. First, we have the playlist up here in the corner. This is where you're going to drop your files that you're using in your project. Then we have the Properties tab. This controls the settings or the information for each file within the playlist, music, videos, etc. Then we have the Filters tab. This is where you're going to apply filters to different things in your video, like images, video files, audio files, to change things around. Here's the Export tab. This is where you're going to export your project once it's completed to whatever preset that you choose. Down below, you'll find the Timeline. This is where you're going to compile your project all together. I do recommend gathering all of the files you're going to use for a video into a folder, and try to name them if you can. If not, just do whatever works for you. But as you can see, I have my audio files, I have a few pictures, I have some video files, music, intro, and etc. We'll begin by taking the YouTube intro video file and dragging it into the playlist. Once it's in there, you'll notice that it begins to play in the player within Shotcut. This gives you a visual example of the file you just imported. We can pause and play the file using the spacebar. Now you'll notice this didn't copy the file to the timeline. That's because it's currently in the playlist and in the player, but it's not part of the project. If you right click on the timeline, you'll see that you can add video and audio tracks. Or you can drag a file from the playlist into the timeline and it will create a track for you. You'll see when I drag this one down, it creates a V1 track for a video track. I like to name my track, so we'll rename this one video. And there you go. And it begins to play to show you that we have that video file on that track. Now what we'll do is add a few more files to the playlist. So let's drag in these video files. Now you'll see multiple files within the playlist. This would be a good time to go ahead and save your project, so that if something crashes, you have your work saved. So let's go to File, Save As, and choose a location. I'm going to save it to the same location that I have the files for the video. And you'll see there, it notifies you that where it was saved and what the name is. Now what we'll do is take a video file and drop it down and add it to that timeline. You'll now notice that we have the YouTube intro section and we have the video, but in the middle we have a blank space where it's black. We can either drag the video over and lock it in and you'll see the magnet that shows toggle snapping, or you can right click that blank space and hit remove. And when you play this, you'll see a seamless video. Now would be a good time to discuss cutting a file. So if we take the playhead, that white line that I'm dragging around, and you put it where you want it, and then hit the S key, as in Sam, you will see that it cuts the file in half. You then have two separate parts that can be moved and manipulated, where it creates another blank space. You can cut files into as many pieces as you want, creating a multitude of effects. So now we have this blank space between the video files. We can grab sections of the video and drag them around. Let's import some picture files to the playlist. You can use JPEG, PNGs, whatever work for you. What we'll do is take a picture and we'll drop it in that space in between. And there you go. Now we can either drag that over and snap or remove. And if you drag the end of a file and extend it, it will increase the duration of it, like we just did. And when we play the file now, it'll transition from video to image. And then back to video. Great. Let's cut this file again. We'll cut it right about there. Now, if you select anything within your timeline, you can simply delete it by hitting the delete key, like we just did there. So we now have an intro, video section, picture, and video section. Let's get some audio in this file. So what we'll do is import some MP3 files of pre-recorded audio into the playlist. And if we drag it down, you see that it adds it to the timeline that's already there. So what we'll do is right-click the timeline, and we will add an audio track. I like to name voice tracks to voice. What we'll do is drag a voice file down there. Great. And notice we can drag the voice track wherever we want. And when we hit play, you'll notice the voice track kick in. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speed Art. Pause the video as needed to follow along, and be sure to leave your questions in the comments. And of course, we can drag in more audio files to the voice track. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. If you have any suggestions or ideas for more content, please let me know in the comments below. By clicking the speaker on the video track, we can mute all sounds from the video track. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speed Art. Pause the video as needed to follow along, and be sure to leave your questions in the comments. Let's add another audio track. We'll name this one Music. Then we'll add the music MP3 file that we added to the playlist. Let's listen. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speed Art. Pause the video. You'll notice that's way too loud. We're going to click that music track, and we're going to go to Filters tab, and we're going to click the plus button. What we're looking for is gain volume. We're going to turn the audio down on that music track by simply reducing the level of it. I'd say maybe about -23 or so. Right about there. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speed Art. Pause the video as needed to follow along, and be sure to leave your questions in the comments. Thank you for joining me today. You'll now notice the music level is much lower. We can also cut audio tracks. For example, let's cut out the beginning of this music track right here. So we'll move the playhead where we want it and hit the S key with the music track selected. We can then delete that little piece of the music track and then slide it over. We will also go to the end of the video, select the music track, hit S, and we'll delete that section of the music track. So now everything's cut in nice and concise. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speed Art. Pause the video as needed to follow along, and be sure to leave your questions in the comments. Thank you for joining. Now we're going to add another video track for transparent files, or second track. So we'll right click, add a video track, and I'll just call it video 2. Let's add our subscribe animation video file into the playlist. We'll then drag it down to the video 2 track. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speed Art. Pause the video as needed to follow along, and be sure to leave your questions in the comments. Now, because this is a transparent video file, we can see through this video into the track underneath of it because of the way that they're structured. One over top of the other over top of the other. Think like a cake. Now I want to reduce the size of the subscribe animation. So we'll click on it, we'll go to filters and add a size and position filter, which will allow us to size it and move it around just like this. So we can put it exactly where we want in the video. Now, let's play that again.
Hello everyone, and welcome.
And now
to
we have it in the lower right hand corner.
Pause the video as needed to follow along, and be sure to leave your questions in the comments.
Great. Now, we can copy segments by selecting the segment we want, hit Control-C, move the playhead where we want it, and hit Control-V. So it's a copy and paste.
Everyone, and welcome to another episode.
This will create two sections of that on the same track.
Also, if you would like to support the creation of these videos, please check the...
We can also add transparent pictures to that track as well. Let's drag in this little dragon I created. Right there. And you'll notice that he is a transparent PNG file. So when we play the file, you'll notice we can see through the dragon into the track below it.
Subscribe and click the notification bell.
What we'll do is we'll add that same size and position filter to the image so we can resize it. And move it around. There you go. And when we play the file, it'll look just like this.
If you enjoyed the content, please remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. If you have any suggestions or ideas for more content, please let me know in the...
Let's drag another video file down to the video track. We'll use this jellyfish footage. You can see that we can add multiple files to extend the video.
Believe in yourself and work hard.
We can also create screenshots anywhere in the video. So if we take the playhead, put it where we want, and go up to File, Export Frame, we can export that frame to the location of the video files. Let's call it Export 1. Then we can drag it back into the playlist, and it will give us that picture to use within the file. So we'll cut the video file right there where we made the frame by hitting S, and then we'll just drag it down. We can then drag that image in, snap it in place, and extend it. So this will create a hold in the video, freezing on that frame. Good. We can also apply filters to the other video files. Let's choose this video and go up and choose Filters. And let's click Add. You'll see the Favorite tab, and then you'll see the Video and Audio tab. You can favorite something and add it to the Favorite tab by clicking the little asterisk. Let's look for a video that we want to add. Let's try Technicolor. Okay. We can add another one. So we'll add in, how about Projector? Cool. And we can add a third if we want. Let's add scratches. And when we play this,
if you have any suggestions or ideas for more content, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you would like to support the creation of these videos,
you'll see that it's made it look like kind of an old video. Very cool. You'll see that you can continue to add files to the tracks as needed. Let's drag another audio file down to the voice track.
Thank you, and have an amazing day.
You can also copy and paste files. So let's select a music track, hit Control-C, and then paste it with Control-V. This will duplicate the audio file. We can then drag the image of the jellyfish all the way out. You can also add filters to image files. So let's select this one, and we'll go to Filters, and we'll add, let's add Projector. And when we play this, you'll see that it makes the image file look like a projector.
Thank you, and have an amazing day.
One tab we do need to discuss is the Properties tab. Let's choose this video file, go to Properties, and you can see this contains all the information about that section of video. The duration, the audio, the metadata, everything. In here is where you can also speed the video up. So with this selected, let's set this to 3x and hit Enter. And you're going to see that it creates that negative space behind the video. Let's delete it and hit play.
If you have any suggestions or ideas for more content, please let me know in the comments below. Also,
and you will see how much faster the video is running. Now, you can play with the speed settings. You'll see you can also use the arrows to adjust the speed, or you can just enter it manually and hit Enter. Let's set it to 11. And you can see how fast that plays.
If you have any suggestions or ideas for more...
Let's remove that space.
If you have any suggestions or ideas for more content, please...
No, we go. Maybe we should look at adding some text. Let's choose this picture of the jellyfish. We'll go to Filters, and we'll go to Text Simple. Now, down here in the text, let's type in jelly. And then when we hit play,
and your ideas for more content, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you would like to support the creation of these videos, please check the description.
You'll see the text pop up over the image. Now, you can resize the text, you can move it where you want, you can change different settings about it, color, font types, etc. It also has rotations and positions and all those features available to it. It's just an example to show you what it can look like. We can also add 3D text, HTML text, and other things. Let's hit the home key, go back to the beginning of the file, and hit space to let it play.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speed Art. Pause the video as needed to follow along, and be sure to leave your questions in the comments. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. If you have any suggestions or ideas for more content, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you would like to support the creation of these videos, please check the description for my Patreon information. Always remember that anyone can be creative, just believe in yourself and work hard.
Let's go to the end of the video, and we'll select that music track and hit S. We're going to cut that and delete it. That way it puts everything concise. You can do other things like select an audio track and do fade out audio under filters. This will gradually reduce the audio volume. Great. Now let's talk about the Export tab. When you choose the Export tab, it's going to show you a list of presets. I normally use YouTube, but there's a bunch in there. Feel free to look around. Hit Export File. And we'll just leave it called Shotcut Video. Over here, you'll see the video job exporting. You'll see it running. You also see a history of everything you did and a recent tab for recent files. But if you go back to jobs, you'll see as it exports. I'll speed this section up. Great, we're complete. Now when we go into where the files were, you'll see the file right here. Let's double click it and check it out.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speed Art. Pause the video as needed to follow along, and be sure to leave your questions in the comments. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. If you have any suggestions or ideas for more content, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you would like to support the creation of these videos, please check the description for my Patreon information. Always remember that anyone can be creative, just believe in yourself and work hard.
Fantastic, that worked as needed. So, from here, that is a complete project. And you'll see we added a bunch of tracks, added a bunch of different files, and we were able to create a fun little video. If anyone does have any specific questions, please let me know. I'm glad to help answer them. I hope this clarifies some questions that have been raised, and I hope you see how powerful this little tool can be. So get out there, make some files, and feel free to share them with me. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. If you have any suggestions or ideas for more content, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you would like to support the creation of these videos, please check the description for my Patreon information. Always remember that anyone can be creative, just believe in yourself and work hard.
Thank you, and have an amazing day.